Right, okay, so welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to be doing a review of the Bose Soundlink Max, which has come out this week. I can already tell you this is going to be a hard sell just because of the price here. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, but you know, you've got to think about that first and foremost when you're reviewing these things. Obviously Bose speakers are always on the pricey side, but this is £400 and it's like, you know, it's like the size of my hand almost. I mean, that is pretty shocking, but yeah, you know, we'll listen to it, we'll do our best to justify it, and I'll let you know what I think. Firstly, design-wise, unfortunately, I'm not a massive fan. I like the material at the front, I think that looks really nice, but the rest of it, look at this. I've even tried my best to wipe this off, but this is just after leaving it on a carpet for like 2 minutes. This is what this material does. It's like a weird rubbery stuff, and it just, everything sticks to it. It's immediately, look at it, it's immediately fluffy and hairy and dirty and impossible to keep looking in a good state. So, you know, obviously very boring design here as well, really. We've got a aux, which is good at least, and a USB in and out, but otherwise there's nothing on this. It's just this weird rubbery material with these kind of, you know, blowers on the side. But it's, yeah, I just don't like that material. It's impossible to wipe anything off. It's just like you're constantly maintaining it. It's so annoying. Yeah, on the top we've got power, Bluetooth. This is the kind of smart button thing, we'll talk about that later. And then we've got the standard volume and skip and stuff controls. But yeah, the handle's nice and the build quality is nice. I just personally am not a fan of this weird rubbery material. It always, like, you can see fingerprints on it. It just always looks dirty. There's nothing you can do about it, and I don't like that at all. Even though I'm sure it's rugged and I'm sure it's, you know, good for waterproofing and all the above, I would not prefer it. But yeah, so the spec sheet unfortunately is pretty kind of small on this, because Bose have always kind of gatekeeped a lot of information. Like, there's no RMS output power, there's not much here at all really. And even just finding out what drivers are in this thing I found hard. Curry's suggests that there's a 6.35 centimeter woofer and a 2 centimeter tweeter, but another slightly less reputable review article said that there was a completely different size woofer and then 2 tweeters, which does make more sense, but I'm going to have to go with Curry's because it's just more reputable source. But Bose don't state anything like that, which is annoying. Yeah, they don't say the output power as either, but what they do say is it has a 20-hour battery life, which is impressive, to be fair. That's probably why it's slightly weighty. Takes 5 hours to charge through the USB-C port, but I do like that because I do like having a USB-C port for charging. It's just easier, isn't it? IP67 water and dust resistance. I can see that here with the materials used. I'm sure this rubbery stuff is good for that. Bluetooth 5.3, which is nice as well. So nice new up-to-date Bluetooth version. Yeah, Auracast supporting and all of the above. So very nice to have that. It does weigh 2.2 kilos, so yeah, it's relatively heavy for its size. It definitely feels heavier than it looks, which is nice. But yeah, that's probably due to the fact there's pretty decent battery in here. Inputs is literally, like I showed you, USB-C in and out for charging obviously other devices, and then an aux in. So it's nice to have the aux, but yeah, no other real I/O on this at all. And it also doesn't have any kind of speakerphone uses, so you can't use it to take calls. There's no mic in it or anything like that. So really, its actual spec list is very basic, and it's got no features that stand out. Even if you look through the Bose website itself, all they go on about is basically just how good it sounds. There's no, you know, they don't claim, I guess it's nice in a way, they don't claim any AI stuff or anything like that. They don't, there's just no real features to talk about here. So it is literally all resting on the sound. We've got nothing else really going for it. So we are expecting to be blown away, so I am going to play royalty at 80% volume, and we'll speak about it afterwards.
calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world to see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Calling me royalty.
Okay, so sound test over. And I am pleased to report that the sound is very impressive, actually, especially for the size and the weight. It's 2 kilos, this thing, and it's not much bigger than my hand. But the sound is really, really good. Definitely does blow you away. The quality is awesome. You can tell the frequency range is impressive. The bass is, again, also really impressive. Thumpier than lots of other speakers, almost double its size. You know, where the money has gone in here is they've packed all of this sound into a speaker of this size. Because if I just throw the sound core here for a second, just to kind of put this into perspective, that's the Boom 2 Plus. And they probably, I would say, you know, I haven't heard them next to each other just yet, but I would say they sound quite similar. You know, kind of volume and bass wise, and that is pretty much double the size. So I think the money here has gone into making the sound excellent, but also having it in a small package. And if that's really important to you, then this is 100% the best speaker on the market for that. Obviously, that does come at a price. If you don't really care about having to carry the bigger Soundcore or bigger JBL or Sony around, then you should go for one of those, basically, is what it comes down to, I think. But this definitely does have a market. I think it's a kind of a slight niche, but it definitely does have a spot, and it is excellent, excellent sound. So, you know, let me know what you think in the comments, if you think I'm wrong, or if you know, if you're going to be picking one up. And if not, I'll see you in the next video.